And the SABC has welcomed a Labour Court ruling dismissing its bid to reverse 28 irregular appointments at the corporation. The appointments were made during former COO Hlaudi Motsoeneng's tenure, while Labour movement Bemawu has described the court's decision as a victory for the workers. The public broadcaster says it's given its guidance on how to handle the matter. Earlier, SABC News reporter Nothando Magudulela spoke to SABC head of legal Ntuthuzelo Vanara. Let's take a listen to that conversation.
What are the implications of this judgment for the SABC?
Thank you for the question. Perhaps it is critical that I provide a context as to why we were in court in the first instance. We were in court because the SABC had, and still to date after the judgment, has a legal challenge. And that legal challenge is some of our colleagues who were irregularly appointed, promoted and transferred. Now, this judgment of today does not deal with the merits in terms of whether or not any of these employees were irregularly appointed or not. The court refused to enter the space. Today's judgment dealt with two issues. When the organization realized it had a legal challenge, you would recall the organization announced that it did not want to take the law into its own hands. Thus, it was approaching the court on two bases. One, the corporation was of the view that in terms of section 158, subsection 1, paragraph H of the Labour Relations Act, it could approach the court to have its own decision in terms of appointing, promoting and transferring these colleagues set aside. The second aspect, because this is really uncharted territory, we wanted to also ask the court to provide guidance on how the corporation should deal with this particular issue, given the fact that it was the first of its kind. Today's judgment dealt only with those two issues. The judge basically says, if you want to dismiss these people, don't ask the courts to dismiss them. In terms of the law, you've got the competence to dismiss them. But when you do so, you must make sure that you follow for fair process. The court says, those who are appointed without qualifications, what you can do, you can hold incapacity hearings. Those who are employed beyond the retirement age could well be dismissed in terms of what the law already provides you. So there is clear guidance on how the SABC now will deal with this uncharted territory.
Okay, so is the SABC going to appeal this judgment, or are you seeking to dismiss these employees?
The SABC has not taken a decision as yet. I have advised the authorities on the judgment. You would recall that since this morning, we said we are not going to comment on the outcome until we have read the judgment. Having read the judgment, we have prepared a communication to the authorities to explain precisely what I've just alluded to. And depending on the advice, I have advised the board, but unfortunately, I cannot, before getting a discussion and a decision, divulge what my advice is. But all I can say is I'm quite satisfied with the judgment of today.